What's the vibe today? Today I want to talk about expectations. Okay, expectations are important. Something that I don't know is talked about very often, and you might not even think about, like off the top of your head. Listen, when I was playing video games, we're gonna start with story time. I'm the new Blue's Clues in regard to gaming. Yeah. Blue's Clues. Let's find a clue here. When I was playing video games, heavily competitive, my expectation was that I was going to make the main stage regardless, no matter what. And I didn't have expectations before that. Like, there was no stepping stones. Having an expectation that much, that big, without really having kind of stepping stone type expectations to reach that, I feel like did not work in my favor. Now, why do I say that? Like, having that expectation, so it's almost the same as, oh my goodness gracious, that sun. It's almost the same as setting goals. We'll say it's almost just like setting goals. Your expectations need to be set the same way you set goals. They need to be realistic and attainable, but you also need to have that big dream goal, right? So that could have been a dream goal of mine, to hit that main stage, play professional at the world stage in Counter-Strike. That was my dream. That was my goal. That was my expectations. Now, some other expectations I could have had was, I want to improve on, I expect to improve to this kind of level by this time. I expect to be able to maintain this kind of skill, whatever it may be. Smaller, attainable. I expect to be able to, achieve this kind of skill with this weapon, like just, master this weapon. Had I done that and I started doing, tiers of expectations, which is kind of what you do, tiers of goals, T-I-E-R-S, tiers, not T-E-A-R-S, like I'm not crying over my expectations. If I were to do that in stages, I probably would have seen more success. To be completely honest, we're being honest, everything's a mental game. Like, everything is a mental game. And if you push your expectations too high, another thing would be like, here, let's put this into an example. And I know everybody has run in their life, guaranteed. At least one point, you have put in the effort to do a run in your life. Let's say you're like, you know what? I've only run one time in my life. That was 10 years ago. All of a sudden, I am going to run a mile in 6 minutes. I'm going to do it right now today. And you do your first lap, which you need 4 laps, by the way. You do your first lap around the track, and it's already taking you 6 minutes. You're instantly going to give up, correct? I mean, because you're not going to finish. Like, you're not going to finish that mile because you set the expectation you want to do it at 6. But if you didn't set any other expectations, like, you're not, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you set the expectations too high right out of the gate. So you instantly burned yourself out. Like, instantly burned yourself. Like, we need to try to stop setting expectations so high without having those tiers of expectations to support that. We need support expectations. That's basically the main thing I'm saying. I say this because I feel like, again, when I was competing, I feel like if I set the stage for me to have those expectations and I started reaching those, I would have felt more inclined. I got burnt out. I'll be the first to admit that I got burnt out. There was times where I was like, I'm not progressing, which I was. I'm not progressing and this and that. And it's a mental game. Like, it really was all mental. And I was saying that and I let it burn out. And then, in turn, it was inevitable, I guess. I stopped competing so much. And I kind of took a step back, and then I would reevaluate and come back. But I never really got those tiers of expectations. So I want to help you set your expectations to be able to achieve any and all expectations and goals you set for yourself. If you like what you heard in this video, hit that like button, greatly helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Go away, son. And I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.